last lecture, we learn about how to write a machine language program. For that, we learn the instruction format of machine language. The instruction format of machine language contains 6 digits. First 2 digits are used for mnemonic opcode. The third digit is used to represent the first operand, which is always the register. That means A register, B register, C register or D register. And last 3 digits are used for the memory address. Means in this way, by using a 6 digit, we can represent a machine instruction. Okay, first 2 digits are used for mnemonic opcode. Third digit is used for register, and the remaining 3 digits are used to represent the memory address. Now we learn about which are the different statements present in assembly language statement. Now if we want to write the program in assembly language, then firstly we have to know how the statements are provided in assembly language statement. Means how we can write statement. The assembly language contains 3 different kinds of statement. First is imperative statement, second is declarative statement, and third one becomes assembler directive statement. Okay, with these 3 kinds of statement are provided in assembly language. First one becomes imperative statement, second one becomes declarative statement, and third one becomes assembler directive statement. So which statement we call as a imperative statement? Now the statement which perform a particular action or certain action, that statement known as the imperative statement. For example, if our program contains the instruction for addition of 2 numbers, means a certain action we have to perform, which is a suppose arithmetic action, then that statement is known as a imperative statement. And after that, declarative statement. As the name suggests, that declarative statement means if we have to declare some storage or if we have to declare some constant, then we can use the declarative statement. And imperative statement are nothing but a assembler directive statement, which is provided in a assembly language. We learn it one by one. To learn this statement, first consider one assembly language program for addition of 2 numbers. Okay. See here. Now here this program is used to perform the addition of 2 numbers. This program contains all these 3 kinds of statement. Means imperative statement, declarative statement and assembler directive statement. Now which statement are known as imperative statement, which are known as declarative statement, and which are the assembler directive statement. Now if we considering this statement, the statement always start with start, and after that here one value is given. Means what is the meaning of this one and why we are writing here from start. Okay, means here when we start the assembly language program, our first statement becomes start 101. Means this statement is suggests that your assembly language program word are stored from the location that is specified here as a constant. Means here for this assembly language program, your word stored from the address 101. Okay, now here start and stop. These two are the assembler directive statement. Start and stop. These two are known as assembler directive statement. Means here start indicate what? Below is the starting of the assembly language program, and this stop will indicate that this is a stop the execution of current program. Okay, this means start and stop. These are nothing but a assembler directive statement. Now after that, read N1. Now here read N1, read N2. Now if we have to perform addition of 2 numbers, then first we need what? 2 number we have to read from user. So for that purpose we write here read instruction. And why we can write this read, add, move, are, that we learn in last lecture. Means read is a mnemonic which is used to read or scan the value from user. Now here we read the value of n1. Again we read the value of n2. Means the value given by the user is stored into n1 and n2 variable. Now after that the next statement becomes move r. Why this move r mnemonic is used here? Move r means move into register. Why we have to move the value of n1 into BREG register? Because always the calculation is performed in a register. So if we have to perform the addition of two numbers, then one number should be present in one register. So there is a need to transfer one variable or one value into register. So for that purpose we write here move r instruction. Move r BREG comma n1 means move to register, means the value of n1 is moved to BREG register. Now after that add BREG comma n2 means here what happened? Add is used for the addition. Yes, add is used for the addition. Then after that addition of BREG comma n2, and it indicates what? Addition of the content of BREG register and the value present in the variable n2. Means the addition of the content present in BREG register is added with n2, and the result is again stored in BREG register, because always the calculation is performed in a register and the result is stored in a register itself. Now after that we want to move that register value, means that result, into one again variable r. So for that purpose we write here move m, means for move to memory. Means here the content present in BREG register is moved into r, means move to memory. The content present in BREG register is moved to the variable r. And after that we print the value of r, means we print the result of that addition. Now here this add statement is nothing but a imperative statement. Why? Because it performs a certain kind of action. So this is known as a imperative statement. After that n1 ds1, n2 ds2, r ds3, these are nothing but a declarative statement. These three are nothing but a declarative statement. Means this is our sample program which contain three different kinds of statement. Imperative statement like add BREG comma n2, then declarative statement like n1 ds1, n2 ds2 and r ds3, and a similar directive statement like start and stop. Means in this way we can use these three kind of statement into our assembly language program. Okay, this is the assembly language program for addition of two number, and if we want to convert this assembly language program manually into machine language program, then how we convert that one? See here, when we are using the read mnemonic, for that read mnemonic we are writing some opcode that we see in last lecture. Means for read we have to use the opcode 07, and the machine instruction contains 6 digits. 1, 2 means first 2 digits are used for the mnemonic opcode, third digit used for the register, and last 3 digits used for the memory address. Okay, now here memory address, which address we have to give. So for that purpose what we are doing, see here start 101 means our program instruction stored at the location, stored from the location 101, means the statement after start, that makes your read statement having value 101, means that is stored into memory of 101. So we are writing all the numbers here, means 101, 102, 103 for each statement. Okay, after that for read which mnemonic opcode is used? 07. For read we are using the mnemonic opcode 07. Is any first operand is present here? No. we have to perform action? No, because if we have to perform action, then two operands are required there. But here we have to read only a value. That's why only the memory address is given. So no register is present there. So we give the register value means first operand as 0. Means 0. Then after that N1. Now N1 stored at which location? 108. So we give here 108. Same here, read N2. For read, which mnemonic opcode is used? 07. Is any register is present here? No. So we give 0. Then N2. N2 is reside at which location? 109. So we give 109. After that move R. For move R mnemonic, we are using the opcode 03. So we give here mnemonic opcode as 03. And here now here for move R, two operands are required. One is register and second becomes a memory address. Now register becomes your A register, B register, C register or D register. If you are using the A register, then its value is indicated by 1. If you are using the B register, its value is indicated by 2. If you are using C register, the value is indicated by 3. If you are using a D register, the value is indicated by 4. Now here we are using the B register. That's why we give value here 2. So B register is represented by 2. And after that the second operand becomes your N1. And N1 is stored at which location? 108. So we give here 03 for the mnemonic opcode move R, BREG for 2 and N1 108. In this way we are writing the mnemonic opcode of add as 01. For B register we are using 2. For N2 we use 109. After that move to memory. For move M we are using the mnemonic opcode 04. BREG 2. For R we are using 1110. So 1110. Same here for print, the mnemonic opcode is 08. No register is present there, so give value 0. And R is stored at location 1110. So give 110. And after that stop is represented by value 0. In this way we convert the assembly program into a machine language program. Okay. Means here three kinds of statements are there: imperative statement, declarative statement and assembler directive statement. Which statement are known as the imperative statement? Which perform a particular action or which perform a certain action. That is known as imperative statement. Like here add BREG, N2 is known as a imperative statement. Declarative statement are like this: N1 DS1 which declare some storage. DS for declare storage. We learn it bit later. After that assembler directive statement. Assembler directive statements are start and stop, which perform certain action like which perform a directive to the assembler, like start for starting address for giving the starting address for storing the program, and stop to stop the execution of the current program. Means in this way these three kinds of statements are present.